Hello and welcome again to the Friday Wrap for August 10th. I hope this week it seemed only appropriate to film the Friday Wrap in front of the police station so that the police chief can give us some appropriate and timely crime prevention tips. He'll be coming up at the end of this. I hope you enjoy the news, events in progress, and what happened around the village. This past week, the weather was just ideal for the concert last weekend with Fortunate Sons. Our sponsor was Suzanne Gray and Right Fit. That was sensational. This was a very unusual event in that two of the residents in the 850 building, the building to the right, actually held pre-concert parties. That was for Michael Simmons and Mike Yost. The rooms were packed. It was perfect. They were across the hall from each other, both with corner suites, which is kind of cool. I've never seen Burr Ridge from that vantage point. They have great views. And it's only just proof positive that we do certainly live in a very special place. In other news, we lost one of our most famous residents this past week, Stan Mikita, who was the all-time high scorer for the Blackhawks, passed away this week. For more details, you can press on the link. But he'll be sadly missed by fans and friends alike. Just I want to let you know about that in case you didn't already know. Another point about the village, there's one part that's been kind of a little bit confusion out in front of the Hampton Social. There are two handicap parking spots. I want to let you know that the one handicap sign parking spot, the blue paint, actually has yellow paint over it. But I saw some people trying to park there the other day, and that is an illegal parking spot. So please be aware of that. There's only one parking spot for handicap in front of Hampton Social, not two. The interviews for the plan commissioners are also finished up this week. I finally nominated. It was a tough choice. We had some very qualified candidates, but on Monday I will be nominating my two choices, Janine Farrell and Joe Petrich, for both the full-time position as well as the alternate position. They will be going for a vote by the trustees on Monday. The Secretary of State, as a reminder, their driver's facility will be here at the Village Hall, right across the street here on Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. For all driver's facilities, your identification, also your identification cards, I should say, as well as if you want to have renew a license plate, as I do. I've been running late on one of them. As a matter of fact, even on the I call it the Mayor Mobile, that's been out for a week or two, so I haven't been able to drive it. This week, big news, District 86 is moving forward on their referendum for a $166 million referendum for District 86. That's mostly Hinsdale Central and South. That'll be up on the ballot in November. I will give you more information as we progress. On a personal note, I want to let you know that I finally got back on the bike. I took my longest bike ride, 25 miles from Willow Springs to Lockport last weekend with a fellow Burr Ridge resident, Dick Cohen. If you haven't been on a bike in a while, it's certainly worth it and a great form of exercise. Also, at this point, I'd like to introduce the Chief John Madden, for some very timely crime prevention tips this time of year.
Chief, you, Mayor.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for the opportunity. I just want to take the opportunity to get the message out, some crime prevention tips to the residents. In the last 6 months, we've had 20 burglary to motor vehicles. 20. Yes, and we've had 7 stolen vehicles out of the village. And in each one of the 7 vehicles that were stolen, the keys were left in the vehicle, the key fobs, and the cars were unlocked. And these individuals are coming in at night and going through the community, and they're checking door handles. And if the opportunity's there, they either burglarize the vehicle or they steal the vehicle. So it's very, very important for residents. Number one, shut your garage doors at night. Lock your car doors. Don't leave the key fobs in the car. Don't give these individuals the opportunity to steal or burglarize your vehicle. I also like to get information out on Nixle. Nixle is a great communication tool that we have in the village of Burr Ridge. And residents can go to nixle.com and register to receive alerts from the police department and the village itself. We can do reverse 911 through Nixle. We push out advisory messages for crime issues through Nixle. It's an excellent tool that gives us the opportunity to communicate with the village residents. And lastly, Smart 911. If you haven't done so, please visit smart911.com. It's a great resource that's available to us, and you can register all types of information in the 911 database. When you call 911, Here on the dispatcher screen is all the information that you put in there, plus the information on your address. So having that information cuts down the amount of time and the questions, and especially for special needs family members and pets in the house. I mean, there's so much you could put in there. Mm-hmm. So those are two excellent resources for residents. So I appreciate the opportunity to get that message out.
And Nixle is spelled Nixel?
Nixle.
LE.com.
Nixle.com.
Or they can also go to the village website, can they not?
They can. There's a link right on the front page of the village website.
Great. Well, Chief, I know it's very timely. I know it's a major concern. Once again, it's all with cars that surprisingly people are leaving their key fobs in the car, so people are easily taking them, breaking in and driving away. So that's unfortunately sometimes we kind of reap what we sow. It's by our own mistakes, but the fact of the matter is we've lost 7 cars. You said this year.
7 in 6 months.
7 in 6 months.
Yes.
And 20 cars have been burglarized.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
They're not breaking windows. They're just checking the doors, handles. If they're open, they're going to go in.
Well, Chief, thank you very much for getting the word out.
Right.
Thank you very much for taking out some time. And once again, this is Mayor Mickey. That's a wrap.